Good morning. Now let us discuss the answers. So the first sentence says, the building was huge as well as creepy, and the instruction is begin not only. So what is the order? What is the structure? Not only followed by the auxiliary verb, then the subject followed by the rest of the statement. So the answer will be not only was the not only, then the auxiliary verb followed by the subject. Subject is the building. Not only was the building huge, this is the first adjective, huge. So we will also write huge first because in the question it's given before creepy. So not only was the building huge, then but also straight away creepy, because we do not repeat the subject. If the subject is same, if there's only one subject, then we do not repeat it. So the answer is not only was the building huge, but also creepy. Full stop, that's it. Next sentence is, trees not only give us fruits, but also shade. The sentence is in simple present tense. This is something that happens always. It's an unchanging situation and truth that the tree gives us fruits and shade. So please do not change the tense when you write the answer. It should continue to remain in simple present tense. So the answer will be, not only do the trees give us fruits, but also shade. Now you must be wondering why I have written do here and not did. Because the subject, that is trees, is plural. Trees is plural. Therefore, we write do and not does. Do not write not only does the trees. If this is plural, this will also be plural. Again, not only do the trees give us fruit. You cannot write not only does the trees gives us. This is plural. This should be singular. So we remove the S from here. Not only do the trees give us fruits, but also shade. Please be very careful. Next sentence is, tomatoes and potatoes in the garden. And the instruction is begin not only. The sentence is in past tense and the clue is the word grew. I grew tomatoes and potatoes in the garden. The sentence, as I said before, is in past tense. The speaker grew it once. Okay, please notice the details. So the answer will be, not only did, because the question was in past tense, not only did I grow, because with did we do not use past form of the word. Therefore, not only did I grow tomatoes, but also potatoes were in the garden. Now the sentence is complete. Now if you look at the next sentence, I grow tomatoes and potatoes in the garden. It looks quite similar, isn't it? and I've deliberately given it. The answer will be different. I hope you know the reason. Because the tense is different. Here it says, I grew tomatoes. And here it says that I grow tomatoes. What is the difference? This sentence is in simple present tense. Alright, the speaker does this. This action is performed by the speaker repeatedly. Regularly. The speaker does this regularly. She grows tomatoes and potatoes in her garden. Here, the speaker said that it was done once by her. But here the speaker is saying that she does this often. So the answer will be, not only do I grow tomatoes, but also potatoes in the garden. Next sentence is, as soon as I filled my examination form, I started preparing for it. You have to begin with no sooner. Two actions are being talked about. I filled my examination form. I started preparing for it. What happened first? The speaker filled the examination form and then she started preparing for it. You have to begin the sentence with no sooner, and no sooner introduces the first event. I had told this to you yesterday. No sooner introduces the first event. So the answer will be, no sooner did I, the sentence is in past tense. No sooner did I, we'll write the first event. No sooner did I fill my examination form. Do not simply write the examination form. The question clearly says my examination form, so you have to write my in the answer as well. No sooner did I fill my examination form than I started preparing for it. Next question is, no sooner did I enter the class than my classmates started singing the birthday song. The sentence looks long, but it is very easy. First, you identify the two actions. The speaker entered the class first, and then his classmates started singing the birthday song. You have to begin the sentence with hardly. And what is the rule? Hardly and no sooner, both are similar. The difference is that with no sooner you use than, and with hardly you have to use when. If you use than with hardly, your answer will be wrong. Hardly had and when. And hardly, like no sooner, introduces the first event. So what is the first event? Entered the class. The sentence is in past tense. So your answer will be, hardly had I entered. I have written entered because there is no such rule that you cannot use past tense with had. With did, you cannot write the past form, but with had you can. So hardly, and since the question is in past tense, hardly had I entered the class when my classmates started singing the birthday song. Next sentence says, no sooner had we heard the noise than we rushed to the spot. As soon as is also used to express the same idea. Same idea as no sooner than. It is used to show that one thing happens immediately after another, and with as soon as, the rule is that you don't put a comma when you use as soon as in the middle of the sentence. However, when you begin the sentence with as soon as, you have to put a comma after you have written the first event, the first action. So what happened first? Two actions are being talked about. First is we heard the noise. They heard the noise first and then they rushed to the spot. And as soon as, like no sooner, introduces the first event. So the answer will be, if you're beginning with as soon as the first action, the first event, as soon as we heard the news, comma, please remember this, as soon as we heard the news, comma, what did we do? We rushed to the spot. Full stop. Sometimes children write immediately in their answer. That is not needed because these pairs, they already suggest that the action, that something happened immediately. Okay, no sooner had we, or hardly had we, or as soon as. It already means immediately, so you don't have to write immediately in your answer. As soon as we heard the news, we rushed to the spot. Now, if you have to use as soon as in the middle of the sentence, then the answer will be we rushed to the spot when, as soon as. Why have I written this? Because as soon as should be followed by the first event. Alright, and we rushed to the spot. What did we do? We rushed to the spot when, as soon as we heard the news. I hope you've understood. Then the last sentence is, I started working on my Hindi project as soon as I completed my English project. I hope you are working like this in reality, working on your projects one after the other. Okay, and submitting them on time. Alright, so the sentence says, I started working on my Hindi project as soon as I completed my Hindi project. Begin no sooner. So if you can see the sentence, they've used as soon as in the middle, which means that the first action, because as soon as is followed by the first action, so the first action is I completed my English project. The speaker first completed her English project. Okay? The speaker, I repeat, first completed her English project and then she started working on her Hindi project. As soon as she completed her English project, she started working on her Hindi project. Maybe she had to submit it the other day. Okay, so the answer will be no sooner followed by the first event. No sooner, the auxiliary verb, no sooner did I, no sooner did I, the auxiliary verb, then the subject, no sooner did I, then the first event. First event is the English project. No sooner did I, no past tense with did, therefore complete. No sooner did I complete my English project. No sooner, with no sooner we use than I started working on my Hindi project. Or if you have to use had, no sooner had I completed, the rest of the sentence will be the same. No sooner had I completed, the difference is here. Than so I hope you've understood. Thank you. Okay, I've missed a word here. No sooner had I completed my English project, then I started working on my Hindi project. Now it is complete. And I think, yes, here the question was, in the question it's noise, and I think here by mistake I've written news. So please correct this.